you may be surprised at who or what it was.
Well, the ruffed grouse, I would say is, and I'm biased obviously because of my position, but I would say is North America's premier game bird. It's a native game bird.
If you've ever taken
to
a walk through the
North
woods in the
America.
spring, ruffed grouse are found from the southeastern part of Minnesota to the arrowhead of the northeast and over to the northwest corner. If there are big stretches of forest, you'll probably find ruffed grouse. In the spring, males search out a drumming log where they try to attract females.
People think they make that sound from beating the wings on their chest, but what they actually do is they swing their wings so fast that it actually makes a small sonic boom type sound, and it's the air pressure from their wings that's making that sound, which is pretty amazing.
Ruffed grouse are only about 1.5 pounds, so to be that small and able to produce wing beats so fast that they can create a sonic boom is remarkable. It's an interesting dynamic. When you hear about the removal of habitat, it's usually a bad sign for wildlife. But for grouse, human involvement such as logging can be beneficial, as long as new forest replaces the old.
This is the epitome of a young forest. It really is about as good as it gets. It's almost so thick you can hardly even see through it, and that's what they really like. Again, for avian predators, it protects them. So everything that bird needs as far as habitat goes is here. Young forests like this, cutting trees, letting it grow up. That's why this stuff is so important to not only grouse and woodcock, but many other species of forest wildlife. They've bred a lot of the hens, and the hens start nesting late May into early June. But a lot of times when you're hunting, you will also hear drummers drum in the fall as well. And when they do it in the fall, it's more of a territorial thing. They're kind of marking their territory, and they're trying to scare other males away. The drumming log will have moss or something on it where they can grab their claws into it. Because when they actually drum, there's so much power that they hold their fan on the back of the log, grab onto the log with their claws so that it kind of keeps them stationary in the same spot. For some reason, this one likes this area. You can kind of see some of the scratches in the log, and when you watch the video, watch his feet. His feet just struggle to hang onto the log because of the power of their drumming wings. It's pretty crazy. They always drum on a log near some sort of tree or some sort of a pillar that stands up. And the purpose is that this protects them while they're drumming from predators, from avian predators flying through and snatching them. It's sort of protects them from hawks and owls and other predators that try to get them.
After they drum a few times, they've worked up an appetite.
When they get to the log, they'll drum 4 to 5 times, sometimes up to 10 times, and then they'll get down, they'll take a little walk, get a little snack where they eat some of the nearby food, and then they come back to the log and do the same repeated behavior over and over and over. Probably the main food source for ruffed grouse in the western Great Lakes area, including Minnesota here, would be catkins like this, but catkins from a mature aspen tree. So the best habitat for a grouse is where they can hide in a young forest like we saw today that's adjacent to a more mature forest of aspen that buds out like that. So they'll fly up into the tops of those trees and eat these catkins all day.
A ruffed grouse will live most of its life within a few acres, so finding one in the spring could mean a successful hunt in the fall.
Have the chance to get outside in the spring and you hear drummers, it's a great opportunity to find fall covers as well, because you know if there's a grouse in that area, you know it's the right habitat. You know there's a high likelihood that there's going to be females there. You know there's a likelihood that if breeding is successful, I mean, you can do the math, there's going to be young birds, and if the breeding is successful, those younger birds are going to be old enough to be hunted in the fall. And so it really is a good opportunity to get out in the spring, kind of prolong the hunt. If you're an upland hunter, you can hunt in the fall, scout in the spring, and it gives you a good excuse to get out there as much as possible.
The spring drumming spectacle by the ruffed grouse is an amazing feat by a small but special bird. Watching it should be on the list for all the nature lovers out there. And if you do decide to strap on a blaze orange vest in the fall, ruffed grouse also rank at the top of the list for table fare. And if you'd like to head out in search of a drummer in the spring, the peak times are from mid-April to the beginning of May.
Well, this is made for TV, this spot.